Breaking news this morning on Early Mornings LALATE. Third stimulus, $1,400 stimulus checks will be landing this Wednesday for veterans who had not gotten a third stimulus check of $1,400. Then, this week, the push continues for multiple monthly fourth stimulus checks, anywhere from $1,400 to $2,000 between now and December. And then there's incredible great news about an economic boom, but could the economic boom be coming too soon? And what does that mean on those monthly stimulus checks under the fourth stimulus package? Elsewhere, Senators Elizabeth Warren and Chuck Schumer have gotten their way, and this Friday, the president will make an announcement about student loan debt forgiveness. And I'm reporting that he's going to be forgiving it. $50,000 of student loan debt that could be forgiven after months of pushing for those Democratic senators. I'll be going over the big analysis and more, also the new economic data that could impact those monthly stimulus checks. Good news on one side, bad news on the other. You'll see new video from the White House pushing for fourth stimulus, new video briefing the American people about fourth stimulus, and the push from Elizabeth Warren and Chuck Schumer. You'll watch their videos as well for fourth stimulus hitting across the board. It's a new morning, it's an early morning, and I'm so excited you're here. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, and let's get underway as a new day is unfolding across the board for a lot of money and a lot of stimulus. This is Early Mornings LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you? The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, and it's a Sunday morning with incredible big news about your third stimulus check, especially if you're a veteran, multiple stimulus checks under the fourth stimulus package for all Americans who are tuning into this channel, and finally, that $50,000 of student loan debt forgiveness, which is likely to be announced this Thursday. Boy, this is a jam-packed early mornings broadcast. I hope you brought some extra bacon. No, but you did. Yeah, I don't know why they can't bring me some bacon here. How are you? It's a big Sunday morning, and I'm so excited you're joining me. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video, and if you're not, become a Purple Hawk, become a Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. And thank you for tuning in yesterday for that three-part throwback special on the Calcino and Sirloin. And I've seen your suggestions. You want a programming block of old Javita Late shows. I will bring those back and Blaine 66 as well. I have a lot of fun bringing those back across the board. Let me go over all the breaking details. First, that third stimulus check. Yeah, one viewer jumped into the live chat on Mornings LA, said, thank you, LA. You got it right. I am a veteran, and I have a pending alert for Wave 5 next week. That veteran said that they had not gotten a stimulus check yet, and they have a pending alert for next week for April 14th. This is what you need to know, is that I've had veterans get stimulus checks all throughout all the waves. But if you're a veteran and you have not gotten your stimulus check by direct deposit, and the IRS tool you've not checked in the last few days, check it now, today, right now, after you watch this recording, because some of my veterans got an IRS tool update on Saturday, yesterday, exactly when I said, because the tool gets updated every Saturday after more money is sent out. Well, guess what? The money for the veterans was sent out on Friday, veterans who were not paid so far. The tool updated itself on Saturday for those new veterans that are getting paid this coming Wednesday. And those veterans now show a pending deposit for April 14th. But again, if you are a veteran, you haven't gotten a stimulus check, your pending deposit may be this Wednesday, April 14th. That is likely when your deposit. You could also be getting it by mail thereafter. But let's now cut to fourth stimulus. It's important to understand that every viewer of this channel, nearly every viewer of this channel, qualifies for fourth stimulus. And it's a lot of money. Let me go over the eligibility. It would be any individual who makes less than $75,000. Married couple makes it less than $150,000. The household is 4 or less. If you're on SSI or SSDI, Social Security or Railroad benefits, you would get this as well. What is this? What are we talking about? Let me give you the big recap. The current bill that the president's going to debut as early as this week, whether you call it the jobs bill or the infrastructure bill, will not have stimulus checks in it. The bill will likely go by a reconciliation process. You want it to go by a reconciliation process. More about that later in this video. And at the final 11th hour, when the bill goes to a two-day event called a vote-a-rama, at which they make amendments to the bill in the Senate, 21 of 50 Democratic senators say they will amend the bill to give you monthly stimulus checks. What do we know about those 21 of 50 Democrats and what they want to do? First, they want to do it during the vote-a-rama on the bit when they get the bill to the Senate. They want to amend the bill to put it in there. They don't think the president's going to put it in there. Second, they want those checks to be every month from now to December. Well, from when they sign into law to December. Number three, they want the checks to be monthly. Four, they want the income qualifications to be the same as the third stimulus package. With that, this is an enormous sum of money. This is money you have never seen of this magnitude ever on this channel. Let's look at the magnitude of the money. If the checks per month were $2,000 a month, that would amount to $12,000 over 6 months from July to December. If the checks are $1,400 a month, that would amount to $8,400 between July to December per person. More about these numbers second. These are huge numbers. What's important to know is that there's a series of issues at hand. And those issues are, first, how do they get the bill done? Again, the way they want to do it, this is the path. The path is by reconciliation, which I'll explain later in this video, but that is what was done for the third stimulus package. When the bill gets to the Senate, they want to do at the vote-a-rama process, they want to amend the bill, and they have 21 of 50 Democratic senators currently wanting to do it. What do you need to know? Viewers ask me, is this likely to happen? It will likely happen, but there are speed issues at hand. And those speed issues could work to deny the bill if the bill does not go the way it's supposed to go quickly. First, every month that passes costs you a stimulus check. But more importantly, the thing that could kill the bill altogether, or the amendment altogether, is an economic rebound before the bill gets to the Senate. Some of those Democratic senators could get cold feet if the economy rebounds, or if jobs in this economy are restored. Now, you may say, well, the economy is not that strong. Here's the rub. It's too hard to tell. No one can call it. Economists are simply not able to call this economy. Yesterday, a series of comments from more analysts came out. Tom Jimble yesterday said, this economy isn't coming back. It is back. Kimball went on to say, I'll tell you this is the most optimistic job market I've ever seen. He's not referring to the future. He means currently, that the job market is on fire. Then he referred to Jamie Dimon, head of Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan Chase, who I detailed earlier this week, who had an incredible memo saying this economy is on fire. Well, Gimbel says Dimon was right. This economy is going to be on steroids for the rest of this year. He goes on to say that it's going to be that way for next year. Now, what's confusing about the situation is trying to figure out how strong this economy is. Gimbel refers to Jamie Dimon's comments, which were that this economy is going to be very strong for a while. But is that exactly true? This is what Dimon said early in the week, that the U.S. economy is likely booming, and the boom could really run into 2023 because of all the spending and the current stimulus and the next stimulus package as well. These were Dimon's comments. Here's what you need to know, is that no one knows what's going on. It's as simple as this. Whether you are an economist or a Wall Street insider or just a stay-at-home mom, no one can tell you what's going on. It's too hard to predict. This is what's at issue. If the economy is not rebounding, you're good. You're fine, because the stimulus bill will get its push. You need stimulus. The economy's not rebounding. What you need to worry about is that if the economy rebounds too early. If the economy rebounds too early before they get the bill to the Senate, they may say, wait a second, why are we stimulating something? The economy is now rebounded. So what is the time frame we're looking at? Let me explain. Speaker Pelosi and Leader Schumer say they want the bill done by vote in July. I'm okay with July. I prefer June. I don't like late July. Why? Because the senators go on recess. If you've been with me since last year, you remember what happened in July. All my Mitch McConnell, Tahitian Villa, jacuzzi, martini, karaoke jokes. Yes, that's when they go on vacation in July and August. They barely are around to September. If they push this too late, they're going to get to stimulus in September. Guess what? The economy could be rebounded by September. Here's what you need to know. 2 weeks ago on a Friday, the new jobs numbers were released, and it showed that in the month of March, this economy generated 1 million jobs. Okay, how many jobs are missing? 8 million. Well, one into eight, it means 8 months. We're fine, Elliot, right? Yeah, you're fine at that rate. The jobs will not be restored until the end of this year, next year. You're fine. But that's not the worry. The worry is a series of Wall Street analysts believe that this month, the month of April, could see 2 million jobs restored to this economy. 2 into 8 is 4 months, which means July or August. Yes, imagine if the 8 million jobs are restored to this economy in 4 months, exactly when the bill's getting to the Senate. Boy, that is too risky. You don't want to risk that. These are the big issues at hand for when we're talking about risk. The risk for this bill is not whether people want to do it. The risk is whether they want to do it in August. They want to do it now. Those 21 of 50 Democrats wrote the letter just two weeks ago. They wrote it again in February and January as well. And the Democrats in the House as well, just 2 weeks ago. But what would they think in August? Will they think the same? You don't want to worry. You don't want to risk an economic rebound before they have the bill, and you don't want those jobs restored. Now, for every day, there's good news and there's bad news. This is what's so confusing across the board. This Thursday, while you heard me tell you there was great job news, there was great bad job news this Thursday, 4 days later. And that data was the following. The unemployment claims showed that there were 744,000 Americans who went newly on unemployment last Thursday. Wall Street is expecting the number to improve from 728 the week before to 694. Wall Street was wrong. The number got worse. It got worse by 50,000. The number of continuing jobless claims increased as well. Stayed stagnant as well at 3.73 million. This shows we need stimulus. It's bad economic data. California, New York, massive surges of unemployment claims, new unemployment claims. Alabama and Ohio decrease. So what's going on then? It shows that no one can predict this economy. It's conflicting data across the board. And then Friday, more data, confusing across the board. We started the day with great news on Friday. In fact, it was too good of news. People were even worried that there was too much stimulus in this economy. The producer price index on Friday was its highest level in 9.5 years. 9.5 years. This is a growth benchmark analyst number. It showed its highest growth in 9.5 years. That's worrisome for purposes of stimulus. And then in the same breath, on the same day on Friday, came this data, which was horrible and supports the proposition of giving more stimulus. Small businesses and medium-sized businesses, how many closed in the month of February? 22% of America's small and medium-sized businesses were closed down in the month of February. It's the worst number since May of last year. Horrible numbers. And then there's this number that may suggest that maybe numbers would be good. Number of Americans fully vaccinated now, 20% released by CDC on Friday, and one-dose Americans, 34%. What is the takeaway? The takeaway is you want this bill in the Senate as soon as possible. Let me explain the process and why it's important to understand this. First, the process is a 2-month process. This is a reconciliation process, and it takes 2 months. So you want it to get going as soon as possible. What is step one? Step one is the procedural process. They decide on the agreement to do a reconciliation. Starts in the House, goes to the Senate, signs by the president. That's a tow truck. Good, done. Then they go back and they actually do the bill and its provisions. Starts in the House, goes to subcommittees, comes out of the subcommittees, passes, then goes to the Senate. When it's in the Senate, then they do those amendments over 2 days. The vote-o-rama. And during that vote-o-rama, They put in the multiple stimulus checks, the monthly stimulus checks. That whole process, that two-step process, takes about 2 months. You want that bill there as soon as possible. You want to push Purple Power. Take this video, tag your elected officials on social media, Facebook, Twitter, with hashtag MSC, hashtag Purple Power. Tell them, got to get this done. This is the messaging you want to have. First, the bill should be done by reconciliation. It shouldn't be done by bipartisanship. I'll explain to that in a second to you. Second, you want to say, hey, we need this bill done sooner rather than later. It's going to take 2 months by recon. Don't wait around. Get it going. Finally, third, a lot of the people you may reach out to may not be in this dominion. Let me go over it. You can reach out to Democratic senators and Democratic House members. Absolutely. They are the ones you want to push. But also reach out to cabinet members who you're going to see in this video. Labor, commerce, energy. They spoke about it this week. Now, they don't have anything to do with your stimulus checks, but they want to get the bill done as well. They need to understand, do it by recon. Okay, now let's go back to why this reconciliation is so important. The reconciliation process, which is this two-step process with the tow truck and the tow hitch, has to be used. Why? The fourth stimulus package has 3 parts. The first part is infrastructure. Republicans love infrastructure. The second part is climate. The Republicans said, we're not doing it. We're not doing any climate. End of discussion. The president says the Republicans must do something. Republicans don't have to do anything if they don't want to do anything. They say, we're not doing anything with climate. We're not going to do climate. End of discussion. I don't even have to go to the third one, which is taxes, because the Republicans say they don't want to do climate. So the president should not spend a breath and go right to reconciliation now. Do exactly what he wants to get done and do it by reconciliation, because if Republicans say it's a non-starter on climate, you can't push someone that doesn't want to do anything if it's a 0. And the president says, I will not agree to 0. So away we go for reconciliation. Second thing you need to know is that the reconciliation process appears to be the only process currently to give you a stimulus check, let alone a monthly stimulus checks. The Republicans have made very clear, they're not giving you a stimulus check. They're not giving you a monthly stimulus check. The president's not even doing a stimulus check. It's the Democrats in the Senate who are going to put it in there. Now, we do have those Democrats in the House who have introduced standalone bills, and there's over 100 of them that want to do monthly stimulus checks as well. Their stimulus check calculations may be a little bit different and actually may end up paying you a lot more money, but they may or may not put it in there before it gets to the Senate. They could, it would help. If they don't worry, the senators can put it in. But what's important to understand is their proposal among them is a standalone bill of $2,000 first and then $1,000 every month, but to continue a year after the pandemic's over. But what's important to understand is that there's a lot of money at stake here. Folks, this is an enormous sum of money. This is the largest payout we have ever seen on this channel. Let's go back to the data. If they got this bill to a law in June, which is really what I would like, the bill to a law in June, that means checks would go out in July. You know how long it takes to get the first round of checks out? July, that would give you 6 months of checks. They want to do it to December. We got that. We understand the eligibility. But how much money per check? They haven't said that. Word on the street is $1,400 or $2,000 a check. There you go. This is just per person. So if it's a household of 4 and it's $2,000 an individual, it's $8,000 a household per month. Yes. If it's a married couple, no kids, just a married couple, no one else, it's $2,000 a person, that's $4,000 a month. This is huge. This is huge. And this is you. Again, let's look at the income qualifications. 75, it's the same as the third stimulus, 75,000 or less, 150,000 for a single individual, 150 for a married couple. Household of 4 or less, and SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and rental benefits, all included. Meantime, there's big, surprising, great news, which is coming up, I believe, on Thursday. I have a census on Thursday. $50,000 of student loan debt. Boy, I have all that exciting details about that $50,000 student loan debt coming up in about 60 seconds. But stay with me. First, here's a little bit about the community page on the money for rent, utilities, food, mortgage assistance, and more, which you can get right now from the third stimulus. I'll be back in 60 seconds.
Right.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. They're Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals. Reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now on Early Mornings LA. The coffee is brewing, the toast is toasting, the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here. And, you know, the bacon was with me at the beach. If you did not catch my Instagram story from Friday, oh boy, I don't know if it's still live, but boy, yes, they brought bacon to the beach with me. Literally bacon. If you watch that Instagram story for LLA, go watch it if it's still live. I don't know if it is by the time of this recording. Boy, what a laugh. Meantime, if you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. The big other development this Friday, oh boy, this is a big one. $50,000 of student loan debt forgiven. What's going on? In October of last year, when the president had just won the election, Leader Schumer, who was then minority leader, had said on day one of his presidency, "I want the president-elect to forgive $50,000 student loan debt." President said, "Next question. I don't want to answer." Then Leader Schumer said it again, and the president was pushed by press, and he said, "No, maybe I'll do 10,000, but no." Schumer then met with the president in January. He said no. Met with the president in February. He said no. Well, Schumer started releasing these videos with Elizabeth Warren, one after another after another. Now, remember, this is the same political party, and this is someone you work with to get his bills through. Schumer became very protagonistic or antagonistic, whatever word you want to use, or pushy, and kept on pushing. He finally told Americans to call the president and email him to forgive their student loan debt. The president backed off, and he said, "You know what? Okay, finally." What happened? Well, it started with a series of videos. There was several videos by Elizabeth Warren, several videos by Chuck Schumer. And one of the videos by Elizabeth Warren said that the president has executive authority to forgive student loan debt by executive order. In this video, which you're about to watch, which was a few weeks ago, Elizabeth Warren said the president has the legal authority to forgive your student loan debt by executive order, not by bill, not by Congress, just the president with his pen can forgive your student loan debt. She said Obama's done it and Trump has done it, hence Biden can do it. She's probably right if that's exactly the case. So she made that video, and finally the president said, "You know what, I give in. I will have my education secretary prepare a deal memo within 2 weeks, and that 2 weeks is this Friday, to determine whether I can forgive student loan debt. And if he says or she says I can, then I will." I predict that the secretary is going to say he can, and that the announcement is going to be made in a major hoopla on Thursday. And that, away we go. More about that in a second, but let me show you what was the lead up to that before that eventually happened. This was the video in which Elizabeth Warren says the president has authority to do it. Let's listen in and hear how she explains how the president can do this by executive order.
Of student loan debt means There are lots of people who aren't moving out from their parents' homes, lots of people who aren't buying their own homes. And one of the other things the data shows, lots of people who are not starting their own businesses. And all of those things hold back our economy. And I make that point because I'm sure there are lots of folks who are on this call tonight who don't have student loan debt.
What she said is very important. During a broadcast on Saturday about this subject matter, I had no less than 3 viewers confirm exactly what Elizabeth Warren said. One said, my daughter cannot buy a home because she has student loan debt. Another said, I cannot start a business because I have student loan debt. This is huge. The forgiveness of student loan debt creates the ability to generate business and generate income into this economy. Let's listen to more.
But here's the deal. Even if you don't have student loan debt, you will be helped by seeing student loan debt canceled because it will help our economy. This is one of those things that doesn't have to go through Congress. The authority is already there in law for the president and his team, the administration, the Secretary of Education, to cancel out this student loan debt. And President Obama used it to cancel some student loan debt. President Trump used it to cancel some student loan debt. I want to see President Biden use it. If he would cancel $50,000 in student loan debt, it would make an enormous difference in the lives of tens of millions of Americans.
So there you go. She says that Obama did it and Trump did it, so the president has authority to do it as well. Since the president made that announcement that the determination letter is coming this week, Elizabeth Warren and Chuck Schumer on Friday had a Zoom chat on YouTube, and together with students and other leaders talked about the forgiveness of student loan debt, showing that they are not letting up on their push to do it. This is one of nearly half a dozen videos that they have released in less than a month on the subject matter. Here's Warren just on Friday.
If you had your college diploma but no debt, then you'd be in a better position for your daughter and to be able to strengthen her and lift her up as she goes forward, both as a child and as she gets ready for school. I think that, Kendrick, you talked about your daughter losing her car because you were struggling with your own student loan debt after you'd gotten cheated by a for-profit college. But I think the generational effects of this, it means it hits you, but it hits the next group and the next group and the next group. And I think that's a powerful point. And I appreciate your raising this, Tinny.
That was Elizabeth Warren there, who lost her feet a few times. Meantime, the president released on Saturday, yet another video which pushes for forced stimulus. The push talks about infrastructure, and what he does in this video is another artfully well-manufactured, very, very highly edited, highly produced video using his cabinet members to talk about the wonders of infrastructure in the forced stimulus package. They don't talk about climate. They don't talk about stimulus checks. They don't talk about the part of the bill that won't pass with Republicans, but they do talk about the need to get the bill done. Let's listen.
We also need great broadband infrastructure and a grid for the 21st century. I'm Pete Buttigieg. I'm Secretary of Transportation.
My name is Jennifer Granholm, and I am the Secretary of the Department of Energy.
My name is Marty Walsh, and I'm the Secretary of Labor.
Hi, I'm Gina Raimondo, and I'm the Secretary of Commerce.
My name is Marcia Fudge. I am the 18th Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. My favorite part about the American Jobs Plan is the fact that we see people where they are, and we're going to make a difference in their lives, whether it be housing, whether it be education, creating jobs, building 2 million new homes. It is all of it. I'm happy about all of it.
I have two favorite parts. Can I have two favorite parts? I love that President Biden is prioritizing creating more decent paying manufacturing jobs for Americans. The second thing I love about the plan is the emphasis on the care economy. There are so many women of color in particular, working hard every day for low pay, taking care of our loved ones. And they deserve raises, they deserve dignity, and this plan invests in them.
The American Jobs Plan is an incredible plan. There's several great parts of it. The $400 billion investment in the cares economy, the investments all across the board in the American worker, doubling apprentice programs. I think that's something that's going to be really important as well for building back better, but also strengthening our economy and growing the middle class.
All across the country, we're going to have better roads, better bridges, and better jobs. We don't just need roads, bridges, ports, airports. We also need great broadband infrastructure and a grid for the 21st century. I can't wait to see these resources go out to communities where people know that we need to be doing better on our infrastructure.
The thing I am most excited about for the American Jobs Plan is that it's going to create millions of clean energy jobs for Americans using products that are made in America. That's what I'm excited about.
And there you go. What's important to understand when you watch that video is that it does not talk about the two items that will not pass Republican support, which is climate and taxes. It talks about infrastructure, which will pass. Well, away we go to reconciliation. You need to take this video and share it on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, because the message is very loud and clear. This bill has to go by reconciliation. Hashtag MSC. Hashtag Purple Power. Don't wait around. Get the bill done. Send it to the floor of the House. Send it to the Senate. Do it by recon. The senators go on vacation in July. Don't wait around. Don't belabor the point. We don't want this bill to be finalized in September, October. We need to finalize now, and this economy needs stimulating now. Hashtag MSC. Hashtag Purple Power. That's the spirit of the Purple Power. You want to get this bill out the door as quickly as possible. We understand there's a reality, and the reality is stimulus checks are only and most likely simply coming sooner rather than later. Reconciliation is the process to provide them to you. Yesterday, the president had another video which he released, which he talked about the economic plans for this country, and he briefed the American people about it. But during his meeting with the Treasury Secretary, his message was, I'm going to continue to talk to the Republicans. The message is very simple. Away we go. Let's look at that big path to get this done. Recon, Votorama, 21 to 50, want to give it to you? Let's do it. Don't wait. Now is the time to get that money out the door. It's important to understand that the economic numbers are all over the place, and you don't want the economy to rebound. You do not want the economy to rebound before you get that stimulus check. It's been a big early mornings broadcast, and let me give you the big recap if you're just joining me, which I hope you haven't. I hope you've been here with the beginning. First, third stimulus check. If you're a veteran and have not gotten it, watch for direct deposit potentially this Wednesday. Second, multiple stimulus checks are wanted by 21 to 50 Democratic senators. They want to put in the fourth stimulus package. It is likely only going to work logically by reconciliation. Push to do that right now. And finally, $50,000 of student loan debt forgiveness, likely to be announced this Thursday or Friday by the president because he has the legal authority to do so. And away we go. As the toast is toast and the butter is butter, and I'm so excited for you. Thank you for joining me on a big early mornings broadcast. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also like this video. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Casino VIP. I'll see you on mornings at LALATE at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay at LALATE for more.